one of the most effective forms of marketing right now is friend and family marketing. Imagine, what if you gave every single tandem student that came through your drop zone, what if you gave them a 30-second hype video of their experience that they would be really, really excited to share with everyone they know? Imagine for a minute that you had access to one of the most effective forms of marketing and that it wouldn't cost you hardly anything to implement. We've got a lot of research and data surveys that are showing us that one of the most effective forms of marketing right now is friend and family marketing. So imagine, what if you gave every single tandem student that came through your drop zone, what if you gave them a 30-second hype video of their experience that they would be really, really excited to share with everyone they know? How would that affect and change your marketing? So that's it. That's the thesis of this video. That's my thesis statement, that you're missing out on an excellent, effective marketing strategy, marketing technique that will cost you virtually nothing. Now, if that makes sense to you and you like the sound of that and you can extrapolate from there and take it and run with it, that's awesome. Go for it. If you want to stick around and watch the rest of the video, then I think that would be great too. What I'm going to try to do in this video is I'm going to just kind of unpack that a little bit. I'm going to talk about some of the data and the research, the surveys from the market that we're seeing that is supporting these ideas. And then I'm going to try to give you some practical ways that you can actually implement this strategy with your drop zone and with your tandem students, and just a couple of practical things that you can do that I really think will help your marketing. And it won't cost you hardly anything at all. Maybe it won't cost you anything. It's probably things that you're already doing, and it hopefully will generate more revenue on the tandem side. It generate more tandem students, and possibly I'm gonna suspect that it will actually generate maybe a little bit more revenue on video sales that your videographers are doing. So let's get into it. All right, so like I said, we've got a lot of research and data that's come out over the past 4, 5, 6 years that is showing that the most effective form of marketing right now is friend and family. The first one comes from a website or a marketing agency called AdMass. And what they have found through surveys and research is that people are 5 times more influenced by friends and family than by large influencers when it comes to purchasing decisions. So large influencers is just like what you think, influencer marketing, not necessarily celebrities, but social media influencers that have a big following. Now the Pew Research Foundation, which is or Pew Research Center, they've been around for a long time. They did some surveys and studies and research, and they found that word of mouth marketing, according to their research, word of mouth marketing is the most cost-effective method of marketing. That's pretty significant. Another piece of research that was done by HubSpot revealed that 90% of people trust suggestions from friends and family when it comes to purchasing decisions. Okay, so 9 out of 10 people are going to trust what their friends and family say when it comes to purchasing something, to making a decision. Another study by SurveyMonkey, they showed through their study, it showed that 81% of people, so that's 4 out of 5 people, actually a little bit more, 4 out of 5 people are influenced by what their friends share on social media, and they are much more likely to buy what they see. So those are some pretty significant numbers. That is a high rate of influence when it comes to friends and family, and people self-reporting that they are highly influenced and motivated to purchase and buy and make purchasing decisions based on what they see from their friends and family and from the input that they receive from those same people. Now, 5 or 6 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, influencers had quite a bit of persuasive power over consumers, okay? And that is still happening. That is still a positive, that is still a good form of marketing. But what we're seeing through all these studies and this research is that the influencer marketing, the power that they have over consumer decisions, is taking somewhat of a dip in their ability, in the ability of influencer marketing to kind of hold sway over consumer decisions. And we are seeing a markedly high power of influence from friends and family. So the influencer marketing, it's taken a little bit of a dip, and friends and family is taking a rise. Now, to be very clear, I'm not saying, and that does not mean that influencer marketing is not effective. It is effective, and it's very good, and it has its place, and it's obviously, it is definitely, it still has very clear advantages over more traditional types of marketing and advertising, like paid ads and commercials and things like that. So influencer marketing is still a good strategy. It's still a good method. It is still working. So I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't be doing that or that you should abandon that at all costs. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to put you onto is the effectiveness and the cost effectiveness of friend and family marketing. Now, drop zones are in a very unique position because you have an opportunity, a product that your customers, first of all, they want you to film them. When a tandem student comes to the drop zone, one of the first questions they have is, how can I film this? How can I capture this on video and get pictures? So that's a great opportunity, is that your customers want you to film them. And they are really, really excited about sharing their experience and what they've done with the world, specifically with their friends and family, people who know them. So I want you to take that into consideration when you're thinking about this. Number one, friend and family marketing is very effective. People pay attention to what their friends and family suggest, and they're influenced by what they suggest, and they're more likely to buy the products or services that they see their friends and family posting about on social media. Now, that doesn't mean that influencers, like I said, don't have a sphere of influence. And while celebrities and influencers have a much larger sphere of influence, you think about that, their influence reaches much, much further, but that doesn't necessarily translate into customer acquisition or revenue for you as a drop zone. If an influencer is affecting and suggesting skydiving to their network of influence all over the United States, well, the percentage of people that are near your drop zone that are going to listen to that influencer and then come to your drop zone and do a tandem, that is a very, very small percentage because their sphere of influence is very large and very wide. Whereas an individual who is sharing their experience to their friends and family, it's more likely that their network of influence is local to your drop zone. So although it's smaller, it's actually more relevant of a market, and their influence is higher to begin with. So it's a very beneficial marketing tool. What I would suggest to you is that you think about putting together a template, a hype video that you would provide to every single tandem student. So this would be like a 30-second video, 25 to 30-second video, probably not longer than 30 seconds, for a couple of reasons. Number one, you want to keep it short because you're not giving away the entire experience. You still want to provide an opportunity to provide a fuller package, a fuller video that they would be excited to pay for and get some of the things that might not be included in this hype video. And you want to make it highly marketable or easy for them to share on things like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, that kind of thing, that it's already written. They don't have to trim it. They don't have to edit it. They don't have to do anything to it, but just post it to all those social media accounts, and it'll be quickly accepted, it'll be quickly uploaded, and it'll be easily viewed by their entire network. All right, so let's talk about the actual hype video that you're going to be giving away, the format of it, the layout, and some of the things that you really need to think about actually including in the video, and why. So before I get into that, I want to mention a guy named Brendan Kane. If you're not familiar with Brendan Kane, I would really encourage you to look him up on YouTube, look up his website. He is a digital marketing and social media guru. He's done a lot of really great research. He's got a lot of really good information. And I'm taking some of this stuff, I'm taking directly from the things that I've learned from him through his YouTube channel and website and other things. He's got a couple of really good books that are excellent. One is called How I Got 1 Million Followers in 30 Days, and the other one is called Hook Point. So his name is Brendan Kane, and I would encourage you to look him up, and you're going to learn a lot of really good stuff from him. But basically, one of the things that he talks about, and that he actually learned from another company, is called the PCM. It is the Process Communication Model. And basically, it kind of breaks down into 6 categories. It's the communication style of all people all over the world. There's 6 main categories, 6 main communication styles that people operate in, and we all utilize all of the categories, but we have 1 or 2 that we really tend to focus on, or that we really tend to connect with. And so one of the things he encourages people to do, whether it's marketing or advertising, is to utilize as many of those communication categories or styles as possible so that you connect with the largest percentage of the audience as possible. If you're only using one communication style, you're only going to be connecting and communicating effectively with one small portion of your audience. Whereas if you're using all 6 communication styles, you're going to be connecting with most everyone in some way or another. And so I'm just going to briefly go through those and why you want, or how you can include them in that hype video so that you connect with as many people as possible. So you want to start off with this hype video, you want to start off with a hook, something that's going to grab people's attention and that's going to communicate fun. And what's more fun and more exciting and more of a hook than the most exciting part of a skydive, I think for most people, is the exit. So if this hype video opened up with a 3 to 5 second shot of this person exiting the plane with a huge smile on their face, lots of excitement and joy and fun, that is a great hook. So you think about the viewer watching this video on social media, it's someone, one of their friends or family, someone who is sharing this video on social media that they're seeing, so they instantly recognize the person, they instantly recognize what's happening, and they're drawn into this experience and this event of someone jumping out of a plane full of excitement and joy. The other things that you want to include, and not necessarily in any specific order, although I do think it would be worth it to kind of think through the structure and format of the video and how these things can be communicated in an order that makes sense. But I'm just going to run through them, is value statements. So somehow communicating from the student, from the customer, the value that they feel like they received from this experience, that it was worth it for them. That's going to communicate, that's going to connect with people who communicate from that category of value judgments and value statements. Another one is facts. So including facts, maybe it's about safety, maybe it's about the number of jumps that skydivers nationwide complete in a year. Maybe it's about how many tandem instructors you have, or how many loads you guys do a day, or something that's a little bit more fact oriented, that's going to, those people who are more data and analytically minded, that's going to connect with them to where they really feel a confidence and a sense of safety with those facts. You don't have to go into great detail, but just something that will connect with them. Feelings and emotions. So maybe when they're landing, that's just a perfect opportunity. As you know, after a tandem student has landed, they are full of feelings and emotion and joy, to capture that, and maybe even have some primer questions that the videographer asks them about. What do you feel? How are you feeling? Describe, your emotions right now. So those people who communicate from that category of feelings and emotions, that's really going to connect with them. Imagination. Giving the viewer an opportunity to imagine themselves enjoying this experience. And maybe that's all it takes is for the narrator over the hype video saying, or maybe words on the screen that says, imagine yourself experiencing the freedom of the sky, or the joy of jumping out of a plane, or some, encouraging them to imagine, because that's another category, style of communication that a certain percentage of the population really connects with. And then action. Action is the last category. And so it could be as simple as a call to action, a personal invitation from maybe the student, the customer. Maybe the videographer actually asks them, hey, who's one of your friends that you think would enjoy this? and they say the person's name, and you encourage them to actually invite their friend to come jump. Or once you know their name, the tandem instructor looks at the camera and says, hey, we want to invite Carrie or Jerry or whoever to come jump with us. Or maybe you end the hype video, you have a pre-recorded snippet of video where your entire staff is standing in front of the plane or standing out in the landing area, and the staff from the DZ is speaking into the camera, looking straight down the barrel and saying, we would love for you to come jump with us. Come jump with us at, and you say your drop zone name or whatever. So it's a call to action, and it's a personal invitation. So I think if you think through all those different things, a hook that communicates fun and grabs their attention, value statements, facts, feelings, imagination, and a call to action, that can help you use this hype video to connect with as many people as possible. And so you have the friend and family marketing that you have strategically put together with intention and with forethought in a way that will communicate and connect with and feel relevant to as many people as possible. And it ends with an invitation for them to come join you and jump at your drop zone. So they feel welcome, they feel invited, they feel excited about coming to experience the joy of skydiving. And that's how it ends, with your logo. So you're not, what you want to think about is you're not making the drop zone the hero. You're not highlighting your drop zone. You're going to be tempted to make the drop zone or the tandem instructor or skydiving the hero. And that's a temptation because you're trying to promote your business, which makes sense. But by making the drop zone the hero, you're taking the focus off of the experience and off of the customer, the tandem student, and you're putting it on you. And that's not the best thing to do. You want to figure out how to make that person, that tandem student, the hero, their experience and what they've gone through, the hero, so that other people who know them can relate to that. And they can see themselves doing the same thing and wanting to be that hero in the same situation, wanting to experience the same feelings, the same welcoming, the same excitement, the same joy, and the same invitation to be a part of your drop zone. Friends and family marketing is very, very effective, one of the most effective forms of marketing right now. And as a drop zone, you're in a unique position to have access to filming your customers using your product and service, and they're excited for you to do it. They welcome you to film it, and they're excited to share it. I would like to hear what you guys have to say. Leave a comment, leave some feedback. It's very possible that there's things that I am unaware of or that I'm not thinking about when it comes to managing and running a drop zone. I completely recognize that and admit that. So maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's something I don't understand, why that's not a good idea, why that would cause problems or why that wouldn't help. And I would love to hear that. My goal in Crave, in this channel, and what we're doing is to try to help the skydiving community flourish, to try to help us thrive. And that means helping the drop zones thrive, helping the tandem instructors thrive, the AFF instructors, the fun jumpers, the packers, everyone, the riggers. So I hope that this is a good thing for you guys. I hope that this is a blessing and a benefit. If this intrigues you, if you like this idea and you just need a little bit more guidance or help, and you think, yeah, I want to try to do this. I want to try to implement this at my drop zone with my team, and you would like my help figuring out a plan, putting together that template, a little bit more guidance, I would love to do that for you. You can leave me a comment and send me leave me a comment in the comments of this video. You can direct message me on Instagram through the Crave Instagram account, or through Facebook. You can send us a message through Facebook. And let me know that you're excited about this, that you need a little bit of help, and I would love to do that with you. I hope this is helpful to you, and like I said, I'd love to hear your feedback. And hopefully I'll get to see you guys at each one of your drop zones sometime soon. Hope you had a great summer, enjoying the blue skies and having fun jumping out of planes. Crave, do more, be better.